of the Premier League here on Flash Score. 25 of this Premier League season, with a game which is of great consequence still, though not quite so much as in years gone by. 2026 doesn't see these two competing at the top of the league as they have been in recent seasons. The City Pool era perhaps over for now, but both teams still with a lot to play for coming into this one. Manchester City come into this 9 points adrift of the top of the Premier League, and defending champions Liverpool see themselves drifting away from automatic Champions League qualification in the league. Both chasing a win today, and the pressure piled on yesterday by victory for all of Arsenal, Chelsea and Manchester United already. City with an uphill battle to reclaim the Premier League, and champions Liverpool, I think, will have already accepted it's out of reach. But today, of course, both needing points to continue in their Premier League aspirations. The headline team news between the two sides: Phil Foden drops out of a slightly changed Manchester City lineup after victory over Newcastle in midweek. Liverpool's last game was also against Newcastle at the weekend, a 4-1 victory from which they are unchanged. So the lineups for the two sides: first for the host Liverpool, it's Alisson in goal. The defence is made up of Szoboszlai, Konate, Captain Van Dijk and Kerkez. The midfield three is Gravenberch, McAllister and Wirtz, with the attack made up of Salah, Ekitike and Gakpo. And as for City, a few changes. Starting in goal, where Donnarumma comes back in. The defence is Nunez, Kusanov, Gueye and Ait-Nouri. The latter two return to the side after being benched in midweek. The midfield is captain Bernardo Silva, along with Rodri and O'Reilly. And in attack, the domestically ever-present since arriving at Manchester City, Semenyo is joined by Haaland and Marmoush. Exciting fixture in prospect, just a couple of minutes from kick-off here at Anfield, as Manchester City look to do what would be their first league double over Liverpool since before the Second World War. That is the level of the task in front of City, and they have to overcome another unwelcome record as well. Only 2 of the last 38 trips to Anfield they have been victorious in. The Premier League table this season would suggest that City are slight favourites, although Liverpool coming into some form. They've got Mohamed Salah back from the African Cup of Nations. Florian Wirtz is finally seeming to return on the hefty investment last summer. City with a couple of additions in January, starting Gueye and Semenyo, and Ait-Nouri back from AFCON for them too. City get us underway, kicking from my left to my right in their all-blue strip. Liverpool the host in red, no issue with the kick clash as Donnarumma sends it forward, looking for Haaland out on the right. It's beyond him but brought down by Semenyo, hooked clear by Kerkez. Gueye brings it down under pressure from Wirtz, plays it back to Donnarumma. Studs on the ball inside his penalty area. Rodri round the corner for Kusanov, who's the right centre-back once again today. Was partnered by Ake in midweek, but he's replaced by Mark Gueye. He's looked impressive in his early outings for Manchester City. Kusanov has just played it off Ekitike for an early Manchester City throw-in. Nunez takes a Semenyo, tried to bounce it back to him, and that's an early error which gives Liverpool a throw-in right in the left-hand corner from an attacking perspective for them. Gakpo looked to take it quickly, leaves it to Kerkez instead. Launched back to Van Dijk under pressure from Haaland, hooks it forward. This might drop for Salah on the right, foot in by Ait-Nouri, and then clipped into the left channel by Gueye. There's an awkward one for Konate against Marmoush. The French defender has got there first. Marmoush goes to ground, no foul. Konate just used his body there. Back to Alisson. Pinged out to the right. Not going to reach Salah. Ait-Nouri's header. Wirtz can't bring it down. Bernardo Silva into a dangerous position now for City. Has slipped it through to Haaland. Saved by Alisson. Still alive, and Kerkez has got it out. Still in play though. Semenyo will keep it in on the right side. Kirkes with a challenge, and the throw-in has gone Liverpool's way. Early let-off. Right on the minute mark, Erling Haaland being slipped in by Bernardo Silva. Far too easy for Haaland to come across Konate here. Van Dijk had stepped out. And then a one-on-one which Alisson is able to smother. Ball did fall loose, but Kirkes got there before Haaland could capitalise. Early chance for City. Now Liverpool go down the left from their throw-in. McAllister just slows things down, plays it back to Van Dijk, pressed by Haaland on the halfway line as McAllister to Kirkes. And back it goes to Van Dijk. Another clip ball from left to right looking for Mohamed Salah. The Egyptian can bring this one down. To Szoboszlai. Konate's heavy touch invited the pressure of Nico O'Reilly. He's able to hook it out to Gakpo on the left. He's kept it in play, but then the flag goes up on the far side. I think Gakpo knew it was coming. Didn't really make a run at Nunes. Free kick to Manchester City. 2.5 minutes on the clock. Just getting another look at that one-on-one. I'm not sure if Haaland did manage to get a shot away himself, or if it was a tackle by Kirkes perhaps that went Alisson's way. Good defending by the Hungarian if so. Far too easy, as I say, for Haaland to get between Konate and Van Dijk there. Bernardo Silva just slipping him through. Back with Liverpool in comfortable possession. As I say, that Szoboszlai gives it away poorly up the line, and Aït-Nouri can see it out for a throw-in. Aït-Nouri's throw. Marmoush goes to ground, no foul says the referee. Long ball for Ekitike, flicked and brought down by Rodri for City. Kusanov. Nunes is quite central here, the right back, and he turns and sees Wirtz pressing him. Goes back to Kusanov. Back to Donnarumma. Ekitike still closing him down. Gives it to Gay. Pressed well here, Liverpool. Gay with an awkward flick across his own box for Kusanov, who's just about kept it in play and prevented their Liverpool corner. Now Rodri inside his own penalty area. McAllister charging it down. Donnarumma barely gets it out to Matheus Nunes. Ekitike has won it off Kusanov. Can he get it into the box and keep it in play? I think he has, and Bernardo Silva has had to put it behind, or it looked like he'd put it behind for a corner, but Aït-Nouri just about keeps it in play at the corner. City still penned him, but now another clever little pass around the corner from Rodri has got them out of danger. Nico O'Reilly away on the run, but that's a poor pass from him for Marmoush. The interception might fall for Haaland. Van Dijk half clears. Intercepted by Marmoush. Coming inside, Semenyo loads up a shot, but it's well over the bar. Miscued that one, Semenyo. Did well to get out there, City, eventually, with a clever little pass around the corner from Rodri, but the press from Liverpool, absolutely relentless to keep City pinned into their box. They've done well to get out of that one. Ekitike battling with Kusanov at the byline, kept it in play, cut it back. Bernardo Silva holds clear. City did go from defence to attack really quickly there, though. Worked the chance with Semenyo, but he just got under the ball with his left foot, lifted it high and wide. Now Liverpool from the goal kick. Kirkes has found a bit of space, and he slipped it through for Ekitike, but he couldn't quite get the ball under control. Almost ran for Gakpo. Gay knocks it back to Donnarumma and clears for O'Reilly on the left, away from Gravenberch. Szoboszlai has come out to meet him. O'Reilly with a nice touch inside, and has Szoboszlai fouled there? No, says the referee. In fact, a foul given against O'Reilly. Interesting. Szoboszlai takes the free kick quickly. Really quick start to this game. 5.5 minutes on the clock, 0-0. Both teams really going for it. I think both, in the context of their respective seasons, already feeling like they're into nothing to lose territory. City have to really win this to keep the pressure on league leaders Arsenal, and Liverpool now looking up at Chelsea and Manchester United in the automatic Champions League qualification spots. Szoboszlai back to Alisson. First time long kick brought down by Gakpo, who's just stayed central for a moment with Ekitike on the left. Poor touch by Gakpo. Semenyo knocks it back to Nunes, now all the way home to Donnarumma. Donnarumma's clip out to Aït-Nouri. Clever little feint away from Salah, who was chasing it down, and back to Gay. Bernardo Silva has dropped between his centre halves to get on the ball. Exchanges the 1-2 with Mark Gay. Bernardo Silva once more, first forced to turn back by Alexis McAllister. Now Rodri, home to Donnarumma. I don't think he really wants it there, Donnarumma. One aspect of his game that has been criticised is his play with the ball at his feet, and he goes out to the left. Marmoush is adjudged to have fouled Sobosai there. He would have been in the Egyptian. He's fuming with that decision from the referee. Free kick taken quickly by Gravenberch for Liverpool. Gets it back off Konate. And out to his countryman Van Dijk on the left. Closed down by Haaland. Hooks it over to Konate on the right side of the pitch. Sobosai looking for the feet of Salah. Aït-Nouri reacted quicker. Oh, and then a little roulette turn on Gravenberch, and diving in is the Dutchman, but no foul again for City. Sobosai knocks it past Aït-Nouri. Down the right he goes, away from Rodri too. Wirtz helps it on for Salah. There was a defensive touch there by Gay, who'd sprinted out of position and knocked it out for a Liverpool throw-in that's taken quickly. Ekitike closing it down. Donnarumma is able to clear. Brought down by Gravenberch. Now cut out by Rodri. Chance for City, but Rodri's pass was a little behind Marmoush, and that's just slowed it down. They were on the counter. Marmoush just takes it back towards his own goal and returns the ball to Rodri in the centre. O'Reilly exchanges the 1-2 with Gay. Rodri. Gay again. Rodri in the centre circle. To Semenyo, who's come inside for a touch of the ball. Marmoush can't sort his feet out there, and that is a foul against Konate. Free kick to City about 35 yards from goal, slightly left of the centre. Yeah, just had a hold of Marmoush by the chest there, Ibrahima Konate. I feel it was a foul he had to make as the City counter-attack was gaining steam. Left-footed Bernardo Silva stands alone over this free kick that's just to the left of the goal for City. He's got Haaland, Kusanov and Gay to aim for at the back post. Marmoush and Semenyo floating around too. Good delivery from Bernardo Silva, and a header for Kusanov is over the bar. Lovely ball floated in by Bernardo Silva, is inviting somebody in blue to leap towards it. It's just over Haaland. Kusanov just can't quite adjust the neck muscles in time to bring it down. It's over and wide of the top right corner, but good leap from Kusanov. Great ball from Bernardo Silva, but behind for the Liverpool goal kick, which is sent forward and intercepted by Matheus Nunes. Back to Donnarumma. Clipped out to Aït-Nouri, asking a lot of the Algerian here against Sobosai. And well, it's a nice trick, dribbling the ball, juggle on the forehead, but then fouls Sobosai as he tries to bring the ball down. Free kick to Liverpool out on the right flank. 10 minutes gone. Liverpool 0, Manchester City 0. Started at 100 miles an hour here. Sobosai, who won the free kick, stands over it for Liverpool. Arguably when the real bright spark of this Liverpool side in what's been a disappointing season for them as defending Premier League champions. Left arm goes up from the Hungarian, and it's a delivery to the penalty spot. Salah's flick on. Donnarumma's come out for the seconds. He can only punch it clear to the edge of the box, where Aït-Nouri hooks it forward for Marmoush to chase against Kirkers. He doesn't get the first touch right, but then is able to hook it forward and out to the left, where Wirtz can't quite keep it in play, out for a City throw-in. Back to Donnarumma. Kick out to Haaland on the right, header flicked on the halfway line. Semenyo the target. Kirkes gets it back forward for Liverpool. Semenyo though brings down a long ball. Haaland has slipped it through to Marmoush. No flag. Marmoush, oh, how's he put that wide? He's looked over for a flag to save him. I don't think he's got one. It's a huge chance for Omar Marmoush. Semenyo's knockdown is lovely for Haaland. Slips Marmoush in. I think Van Dijk is just playing him onside. He has to put that on target. Huge, huge chance for Marmoush. Liverpool are so open through the centre. The defensive line again is all over the place. Konate's stepped up. Van Dijk is playing Marmoush onside. The Haaland chance earlier was the other way round. It's a lovely ball from Haaland. Marmoush just has to put it into a corner either side of Alisson. He comes across it on his right foot, shoots left, and it rolls wide of the post. Still goalless here, 2 big chances for City. But now they're coming again on the left with Aït-Nouri. Rodri, Bernardo Silva, excuse me. Running horizontally along the halfway line, and then plays it to the right back Nunes. Kusanov, Rodri. Pressed by Wirtz. Awkwardly tries to go back to Donnarumma. Kusanov gets there. Bit of a mix-up between the two. Donnarumma to Rodri. Still in danger here in the City penalty area, and he's just about managed to knock it back around the corner for Kusanov. Real lack of communication there between Donnarumma and Kusanov, it looked like. Both came for the ball and then left it, and Wirtz and Ekitike, they are pressing relentlessly between them when they smell danger in that Liverpool penalty area. In the City penalty area. Gay into the feet of Marmoush. Rodri lines up a shot. There's a little deflection and wide it goes. Not sure who that came off. Not sure if it's a corner or a goal kick. Haaland was there, as was Van Dijk in the path of the shot. Too easy for Marmoush to come inside, tease up Rodri, and it actually comes off the heels of Erling Haaland, who's just trying to get out of the way. It was on target from Rodri. Haaland's touch took it wide. Liverpool goal kick, forward for Ekitike, battling with Matheus Nunes. Nunes gets the touch, now it goes for a Liverpool throw-in on the left. Kerkez launches it back down the line for Van Dijk. Clip forward looking for Ekitike. City defence can let it drop to Donnarumma. Thrown out early to Rodri. Back to Gay. Donnarumma. Long kick out to the right. Haaland has come out wide to meet it. Gets there before Van Dijk. Flicked into an area for Semenyo to chase. He does get there before Kerkez. He's tried to knock it round his former Bournemouth teammate. Low cross, and Alisson makes the all-important catch before it can reach Marmoush at the back post. Tell you what, I mean, Haaland's flick on from deep there was crucial to Semenyo getting that crossing opportunity. If Haaland was in the penalty area, Liverpool would have been in real danger there. It's a nice cutback from Semenyo, but Alisson was able to get to it. Semenyo again trying to slip through Haaland, and it's just beyond him. Alisson comes out to meet it, knocks it to Szoboszlai. Quarter of an hour gone. It's 0-0 here as Szoboszlai goes long looking for Salah. Gay struggling to deal with it. Does eventually manage to put it around the corner for Aït-Nouri. Nice defensive work from Mark Gay. Now is Rodri bringing it up to the halfway line. Sends it right to Matheus Nunes. He drives to the centre right. Slipped a nice pass into Marmoush. Goes down under challenge from Konate. Referee not interested as Marmoush claims for a penalty. Konate down the left for Ekitike. Flick comes off Nunes and is out for a Liverpool throw-in. Is there going to be a check on that Marmoush penalty appeal? Konate does have 2 hands on the Egyptian. Nothing doing. Liverpool will take the throw-in. Kirk is up the line, won by Nunes. Bernardo Silva. Back to Gay. Bernardo Silva again sends it back to Donnarumma now. Donnarumma just waiting, baiting the press from Liverpool. Still on the ball. Ekitike comes to meet him, gives it right to Kusanov, and now away goes City. Kusanov on the run. Brings it up to halfway, gives it to Semenyo, who's slightly inside. Haaland is on his right and receives it. Haaland slipped another nice ball for Marmoush. So he's round Szoboszlai, foot in by the Hungarian. I think that's going to be City's first corner of the game. Really interesting story unfolding in this game. City have looked susceptible to the Liverpool press, and it has been a great press from Liverpool when City have it at the back. But then once they get it forward, City, Liverpool are so open through the centre. Erling Haaland has turned playmaker in the last 5 minutes. He's just threading balls through the heart of the Liverpool defence as if the centre-halves aren't there. And now here comes the corner from Marmoush from the left. In swinger on the right foot, right on the keeper. Gay's head drops and is cleared by Van Dijk. Rodri has got Wirtz closing him down and is able to hook it right for Bernardo Silva. Thought about the early cross, plays it inside for Nico O'Reilly instead. Bernardo Silva gets it again, still out on the right wing. Back to Rodri on the halfway line. Now Nunes. Rodri. Inside for Semenyo. Back to Nunes on the halfway line. Kusanov. Pressed by Gakpo. Takes it back towards his own goal. Gakpo leaves him be, and he's able to just give it short to Mark Gay. Kusanov. Bernardo Silva. Back with Kusanov. Studs on the ball. Takes a brave touch between Ekitike and Wirtz, and then is able to fizz it into the feet of O'Reilly before either of the Liverpool players can take the ball away. Into the feet of Rodri, who's on the halfway line. Pings a long ball looking for Haaland. Van Dijk wins in the air. Drops. Kerkez just about gets there before Semenyo. Diving header from Kerkez in his own defensive area. Now City back in possession with Aït-Nouri. Possession stats will certainly favour Manchester City in the opening 18 minutes of this game. Rodri. Dink to the left for Aït-Nouri. He's found through the legs of Szoboszlai and then gone down. And I think Aït-Nouri is going to get himself a yellow card for simulation here. Or is there a foul? Ref's gone straight to Aït-Nouri. On replay, that the hands do come out from Szoboszlai. The City have got the free kick. The way that the referee marched towards Aït-Nouri made it look like he was being reprimanded, but no. City free kick in a dangerous position right on the left touchline. Just about past the edge of the penalty area. They've opted for the outswinger of Bernardo Silva. Delivered to the near post, easily headed away by Gakpo. Back the way it came. Bernardo Silva has to get there before Salah, and oh, has he? Referee says no foul as Salah goes to ground. Big call. Now is Aït-Nouri on the left. Back to O'Reilly. Salah's back to his feet. Kusanov. Nunes. Slips it in for Semenyo. Gravenberch couldn't get there. McAllister's come out to meet Semenyo. Back to Nunes. Rodri. Over to Gay. Aït-Nouri. O'Reilly back to Kusanov. Rodri around the corner for Gay. Nice pass for Aït-Nouri at the attacking third for City. Sends it back to Gay. Clip ball for Omar Marmoush. Almost went to ground there under challenge from Szoboszlai. So back to Gay. And Aït-Nouri's cross comes off Szoboszlai. Haaland in the box. Marmoush turns and shoots. It's wide of the mark. Just just at the 21-minute mark in the game. I mentioned that because Anfield are on their feet applauding right throughout the 20th minute. Memory of Diogo Jota. Diaz Nunes cross to the penalty spot. Gay's header is down into the ground and easily caught by Alisson. He's launched an attack early with a kick looking for Cody Gakpo. One crucially in the air by Nunes. Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Aït-Nouri. Gay. Up to Aït-Nouri on the left. Going at Salah. Szoboszlai. Takes it past O'Reilly. TK coming deep for a touch, then is fouled by Marmoush. Liverpool free kick. Quarter of the way through this one. Still 0-0. City have had a couple of big chances. Kanate. Szoboszlai smartly lets it run for Gravenberch. Looked up the line for Salah and O'Reilly cut the pass off. Back to Szoboszlai. Alisson. Kanate. Back to Alisson under pressure from Bernardo Silva, puts around the corner for Virgil van Dijk. Alisson to Kanate. Szoboszlai. His pass comes off Nico O'Reilly. Bernardo Silva. Still Bernardo Silva to the byline. Cross. Haaland is just behind it. Keeps it in play for Semenyo at the edge of the box. Semenyo, low shot, is blocked by Kerkez and behind for a City corner from the right-hand side this time. Bernardo Silva to take the in-swinger from the right. Both hands go up from the City captain. He's put it right inside the corner of the goal. Ekitike heads it clear on the line. That was going in. Back out to Bernardo Silva. Step overs against Kerkez. Crosses deep, too deep in fact, and is behind for a Liverpool goal kick. "20 minutes remain plus stoppage time in this first half. It's 0-0 between Liverpool and Manchester City. Kick from Alisson looking for Gakpo. He's let it bounce and spun off Matheus Nunes and managed to get the ball on the other side of him. Gakpo back to McAllister. Oh, lovely fist pass for Salah. Shot on his right foot. Donnarumma. It's wide of the mark. There was a block initially. I'm not sure if Donnarumma got a touch. I think he's offside, Salah, as the pass comes in. Flag didn't go up. VAR would have disallowed the goal if it was in the back of the net. But I think Liverpool are going to get away with the corner here. Yep, Salah to take from the right. Really, really clever disguised pass from Alexis McAllister to create that first big chance for Liverpool. Salah just had to snatch at it on his right foot. The block off Gay, the corner, probably the best that Liverpool could have hoped for there. And now can Salah pick out one of the big targets in the area? He sends it to the back post for Virgil van Dijk. Wins in the air against Semenyo, but it drops off a block. Van Dijk fizzes it back to Kerkez. Last outfielder back for Liverpool. Out it goes to Gravenberch on the left. O'Reilly closes them down inside for Szoboszlai. Clever parcel. So it looked, but Liverpool are claiming it was deflected. Throw-in has gone City's way as it runs out of play. I didn't see a touch, in all honesty, but Liverpool are quite adamant. And they're not going to get the throw. on replay, I think there is a little defensive touch from Semenyo. Liverpool are able to close down the City throw and win a corner here. It's worked out for them. Corner to come from the left-hand side. Can they do better of this one? Dominic Szoboszlai over to take from the left, so it'll be another in-swinger. Ball placed down in the Merseyside rain. No man marking on Virgil van Dijk. The corner delivered, punched clear by Donnarumma. Back out to the taker, Szoboszlai. He delivers again. Donnarumma comes again. Palms it down to Salah. Lifted back in, and Salah lands on the roof of the net. Not sure if Salah was trying to cross that back in or it was an audacious effort. But this is where Gianluigi Donnarumma is a bit suspect, coming for these crosses. He's charged out of his goal and then just got a weak, flailed palm to it. Left hand just nods it down invitingly for Mohamed Salah. He lifts it on the volley on his left foot. Goalwards, I think it is a shot. Just trying to catch Donnarumma out before he can return to his goal, but it lands on the roof of the net. And now it's Aït-Nouri on the left for City. Oh, gives it away to Szoboszlai. O'Reilly is surely fouled there, has he? Yes. Free kick to Liverpool just inside the City half. O'Reilly protesting his innocence to the ref, who has allowed Liverpool to take the free kick quickly. Konate, he's charged down by O'Reilly and goes back to Alisson. Van Dijk back to Alisson. Out of his penalty area, clips it out to Szoboszlai on the right. Touched against O'Reilly, and the throw-in goes Liverpool's way. Szoboszlai. Konate. Back with Szoboszlai. Pressure comes from Marmoush. Szoboszlai up the line for Gravenberch. Now tries to help it on from McAllister. Aït-Nouri hooks it forward into the Liverpool penalty area where Alisson can claim it. It's launched out to the left. Kerkez. Gakpo. City defending a man down as Aït-Nouri had stayed on the ground, appearing to be hurt at some stage in that City attack. And here comes another one as they've won it back. Bernardo Silva down the right, intercepted by Kerkez. Back to Alisson. Kick forward to the left, looking for Ekitike. Won by Rodri. Now Gay. Marmoush. Rodri. Semenyo tried to slip it through to Haaland. Interception by Konate, and it runs back to Alisson. McAllister. Szoboszlai on the right for Liverpool. Back to Konate. We're over the half-hour mark, still goalless between these two Premier League titans. Alisson. Back with Konate. Through here for Ekitike down the left, gets it into the penalty area, twisting and turning against Gay, works a shot, but Gay blocks, and then under pressure from Ekitike, comes off the Liverpool man for a City goal kick. Could work that from Mark Gay. It's a lovely fizz ball from Wirtz to put Ekitike through there. Gay came out to the right to meet him. Just twisting and turning left and right, trying to work a shooting angle. Gay with him on every touch, and then the eventual shot just ricocheted between Gay's 2 feet. Gakpo. Ball coming again. McAllister. Through for Gakpo. Kusanov gets a touch, but it might drop for Gakpo again. Nunes has had his shirt pulled by Gakpo, and a free kick goes City's way. To the left, Nori loses in the air. Gravenberch, the line for Salah. Nice first time pass around the corner for Wirtz. Kept in play there by Rodri. Back to Donnarumma, whose fizzed clearance isn't great, and Soboslai now to Salah. Back to Konate. Wirtz. Back it goes to Alisson. Oh, his pass is beyond Van Dijk and out for a City throw-in. Haaland wants to take it quickly. Nunes throwing up the line for Rodri, across the back post. Haaland on the volley, saved at the near post by Alisson. He spilled it, but he manages to get to the seconds before Marmoush. Oh, it's a lovely ball, Rodri. It's bouncing away from him from the throw-in. He just takes it first time, delivers it across the face of goal with enough pace to get away from Alisson. Haaland has to come across it on his left foot. It's a little bit awkward for him to take the shot on his on the volley there. He drives it well towards the near post, but Alisson, alert to it, gets his body behind it and then pounces on the bounce. Gay. Flipped for Marmoush. He couldn't bring that one down. It'll run out for Liverpool goal kick. Kirkez and Semenyo battling on the halfway line. It's run out for throw-in. Kirkez went bundling into the advertising hoarding behind City bench, and Pep Guardiola was quick to make sure the Liverpool man was okay. He is. He takes the throw in. Soboslai. Back to Konate. Under pressure from Marmoush. Alisson don't think he really wanted that one. Hooks it forward to the halfway line. Gay competes in the air with Ekitike and wins it twice. The City man, O'Reilly. Tackled by Gravenberch, and then O'Reilly. Is there a foul in there? Yeah, foul by O'Reilly, says the referee. He's had a couple now, Nico O'Reilly. Konate into the feet of Ekitike. Moves it back to Wirtz. Flag is up against Ekitike as he came from an offside position there. City free kick. Up against Ekitike. Just hold up and play there. Free kick had to be retaken due to the ball moving. Eventually it is played at the feet of Marmoush on the halfway line. Foul by Konate. Liverpool fans and the bench furious with that decision. It looks a clear foul to me. Konate's had 2 bites at Marmoush before eventually winning the ball around him. Kusanov. Donnarumma to sort his feet there against Ekitike. Half cleared. Riley comes back to Bernardo Silva, launches it forward. Szoboszlai. Salah is offside. And the free kick goes to Man City. Long for Haaland. Down for Núñez, challenged by Ekitike inside the Liverpool half. That's surely a foul by Ekitike. Free kick goes Manchester City's way out on the right touchline. Núñez just takes it quickly short to Rodri. Infield for Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva arguably operating in a deeper role than Rodri in possession for City in this game. He does bring it forward past the Spaniard and then out to Aït-Nouri on the left. Gay, O'Reilly, back to Rodri. Oh, lovely little touch for O'Reilly again, beats the Liverpool press. Aït-Nouri. O'Reilly wanted it back towards the corner flag, but goes inside for Rodri instead. Gay, Rodri again, out on the left for City. Infield for Marmoush. Núñez. Rodri again. Fluidity in the City attacking positions. Marmoush has floated inside. O'Reilly is holding width at the moment. And now it's a pass in field for Bernardo Silva. Marmoush. Bernardo Silva. Awkward one to take on his stronger left foot, so it comes away for Semenyo. And then Liverpool clear their lines to Gakpo. He's gone down on a challenge from Rodri. No foul, says the ref. Marmoush, lovely pass around the corner for Haaland, defended by Konate. Gakpo. Ekitike. Can he open up a City, a Liverpool counter? No, he can't with the challenge from Núñez. O'Reilly, back to Kusanov. Now Núñez. Down the right, Bernardo Silva. Oh, lovely touch from Bernardo Silva for Núñez towards the byline. Fakes the cross to get away from McAllister. Comes inside on his left foot. Back to Bernardo Silva. Still out on the right with him. Núñez. Oh, little dink for Bernardo Silva into the box, but he can't get the next touch right, Bernardo Silva. And Van Dijk just hooks it behind for a corner. It's a really clever little combination, that down the right for City. It was just dinked teasingly for Bernardo Silva in the penalty area, but he's tried to sort of volley the cross in on the swivel and completely miscued it. Just dropped for that Van Dijk, who perhaps didn't need to put that one behind for a corner, but played it safe. Bernardo Silva to deliver from the right. Haaland at the near post, heads it further into the box, but away then by Konate. Marmoush keeps it alive on the left for City. Back to Matheus Núñez. Into Bernardo Silva. Oh, heavy touch has invited Kerkez in, but Bernardo Silva's used his body well and rolled the Hungarian, and now he's got the right wing to run into. Gakpo's come over and covered that one off, so infield it goes for Semenyo. Núñez, Rodri. Bernardo Silva again is on the right wing. Semenyo is inside. Back it goes to Rodri though. Rodri looked at the pass for Semenyo, couldn't find an opening. Bernardo Silva does though. Semenyo flick to Rodri, got a little bit of space. Rodri on his left foot, it's the weaker one, and it shows with the shot that's straight at Van Dijk. Then kept alive for City to Haaland, can't sort his feet out. Konate gets a foot in. Gravenberch can't find Wirtz on the pass out. So another chance for City with a shot from Marmoush, which is over the bar. He's had a go from great distance there, Omar Marmoush. Just turns and hits it early. It's a little bit out of the conventional City style, the two wingers that they have, Semenyo and Marmoush today. Both of the shoot-first mentality. And shoot he does, Marmoush, on the turn, 30 yards out, has a go, just doesn't quite dip under the crossbar. Liverpool have a goal kick. Alisson to Szoboszlai, running up the right. Nice pass for Gravenberch. Touched inside of Aït-Nouri and then has surely been fouled there. And the first booking of the afternoon goes the way of Omar Marmoush for the trip on Gravenberch there. Might feel a little harsh for Marmoush. I think that's his first foul of the afternoon and his first yellow card of the domestic season. Now, more concerningly for City is what Dominic Szoboszlai might do with this free kick from the right-hand side. Left arm goes up again, and he will deliver, presumably to the back post. Penalty spots, Konate brings it down, and then Salah at full stretch can't get there. Liverpool appealing for something, not sure if it's a corner or worse, a pull back on Salah and a penalty. I think they want a pull by Bernardo Silva on Salah. They're not going to get it. He does have one arm across, but it'll be a very soft penalty shout, I think. Further conversations around that penalty appeal, which has been waved away. And Donnarumma's goal kick into the Liverpool half. Haaland cut out, and then, oh, is there a stamp on Van Dijk? Looks like those are coming together between the two big men there. Van Dijk is still on the ground. Liverpool put the ball out of play, but I think the referee had already blown his whistle. Just seeing it again now. Haaland just couldn't quite sort his feet out. I don't think there's any intention in it, but he does have an awkward landing on Van Dijk. The Dutchman is helped to his feet by Semenyo, and then there's a handshake between he and Erling Haaland. No ill feeling in that one, and Liverpool continue in possession. Alisson looking for Gakpo. If it goes for a throw-in. Núñez just waiting for options in front of the City dugout. Launch to O'Reilly. Haaland. Kirkes gets a foot in. Konate. Oh, nice ball, Konate. Across field for Ekitike on the left. City want a flag. They haven't got it yet. Ekitike standing up Núñez. Just lost control of the ball there briefly. Kirkes, though. Ekitike has tried to slip him through, and Kusanov can get his body in and see that one out for a Manchester City goal kick. 45 minutes are up here, and there are 2 minutes minimum of added time at the end of the first half. City goal kick to come. I think the hosts will be the happier of the two sides if we do get to the break at 0-0. Donnarumma's kick. Flicked on by O'Reilly. Put down by Gakpo. Away from Bernardo Silva, and then he looks like he just touched that out for a City throw-in. Don't think there was a touch by Bernardo Silva. Nope. Goes City's way. Núñez to take the throw. To Bernardo Silva. Bounce back to the taker. Another 1-2. Nice combination between the Portuguese duo for City, and now it's opened up for Semenyo. Oh, but then the pass, O'Reilly leaves it for Rodri, and he didn't go for it either, so breaks down for City. Liverpool go long through Szoboszlai, looking for Ekitike, one in the air by Gay, for Aït-Nouri, into the Liverpool half. Up the line for O'Reilly. Back to Aït-Nouri. Gay. Bernardo Silva. Thought about the long ball for Aït-Nouri. Played it inside for Rodri instead. Bernardo Silva again. Nice short passing between City players around Florian Wirtz, who's pressing. Marmoush. Aït-Nouri. Rodri. Semenyo. Foul, but the referee waves play on. Semenyo runs into Kirkes, and then the clearance against the City man, which was bounced through to Alisson. Rolled out to the left for Kirkes. Last few seconds of the half. Kirkes into the feet of Wirtz. Cut out by Rodri for Semenyo. Rodri on the halfway line. Final attack of the half, you'd think, for City here with Nico O'Reilly. Dwight Nuri. And they're not going to get a shot on goal from it as the referee blows his whistle for half-time. A game that roared into life. It's just petered out a little bit at the end of the first half. Big chances for Manchester City in particular. Erling Haaland and Omar Marmoush both having one-on-ones in the first 15 or so minutes. But it is goalless at the break. Liverpool 0, Man City 0. We're back in about 15 minutes for the second. No changes for either side at the break. The same 22 come back out for the second half. Thought we might see Omar Marmoush after his yellow card, but he is out here for now. Donnarumma's long kick looking for Marmoush. He's won in the air by Konate. Bernardo Silva forwards, Semenyo, who's out against Kirkez, Wirtz, Ekatike. He's got a run from Gakpo, and he's found him. Gakpo away from Kusanov, over to Salah. Shot is blocked by Ait Nouri. Comes away to Semenyo. He's missed it though. Kirkez around the corner for Gakpo. Kirkez continues his run. Gakpo twisting and turning. Semenyo wins the ball. Defensive work by the Ghanaian, now looking for an option. And it's a lovely ball forward from Marmoush. He's in behind Konate. Alisson's come out of his box, gets a touch, doesn't get all of it. Soboslai puts it behind. And it's out for a Manchester City throw-in. That is a delightful ball from Antoine Semenyo. He's inside his own half going down the right. And he's put the near perfect weight on it for Marmoush. It curls him behind the Liverpool defence. Marmoush onside. Alisson comes out. Doesn't strike it cleanly, Alisson, but does get a crucial touch. And now as City go from their throw-in, Virgil van Dijk has just fouled Erling Haaland through the back of him. And Van Dijk is booked. Yellow card for Virgil van Dijk and a free kick to Manchester City. Free kick. Similar position to where City had one in the first half. It's about 35 yards from goal and slightly to the left. Bernardo Silva stands over it once again. He's found some good deliveries so far tonight. Here's one just beyond the penalty spot, headed away by Gravenberch to the edge of the penalty area. Kirkez hooks it forward. Salah the target. Bernardo Silva gets a crucial header on it. And into the midfield for McAllister. Gravenberch. Challenged by Nico O'Reilly. Konate. Soboslai. Back with Konate and on his way home to Alisson. Konate. Soboslai. Goes down by Nico O'Reilly, back to Konate it goes. On to with Wirtz. His pass is a little soft and that invites the pressure from City, and Nico O'Reilly wins it off Soboslai, but out for a throw in it goes. Soboslai. Switch for Kirkez. Showing Gakpo, he wants him down the line. The pass is cut out by Nunes. Back to Gay. Gay taking it forward. Left of centre, pass for O'Reilly though is beyond him. Gravenberch cuts it out. He's got space to run into down the right. He's claiming that O'Reilly pulled. Now the referee is blown. And he is indicating it's for the shirt pull. Not sure there was too much in it. No booking for O'Reilly either. He's had a few fouls in this game now. Soboslai on the ball for Liverpool. Plays it off O'Reilly and out for a Liverpool throw-in. 5 minutes gone in the second half. Still 0-0 between Liverpool and City. And the point doesn't particularly serve either side in the context of their ambitions for the season. Liverpool perhaps will be slightly happier with it. And keep some pressure on Chelsea and Manchester United. For City though, they'll stay 8 points off league leaders Arsenal. McAllister out to Kirkez. Through to Gakpo is surely offside. Yes, he is. Flag goes up. He might have just come back onside there, Gakpo. He was well off, but looked like he was on the way back in. It's McAllister. Wirtz around the corner for Gravenberch. Touch back to Szoboszlai. Gravenberch. Szoboszlai. Konate. Van Dijk. Kerkez. Back to McAllister. Fizzed over to Szoboszlai. Inside the City half. Szoboszlai with a dink for Salah just inside the penalty area. He touches it away from Gay. Now uses Wirtz, who's on the outside of Salah. Poor clearance by Ait-Nouri. Salah away from O'Reilly. Szoboszlai's shot is straight down the throat of Donnarumma. Caught it cleanly there, Szoboszlai, but maybe a little too cleanly. It was straight at the goalkeeper. Hard and true, but yeah, he sees it all the way, Donnarumma, and just gobbles that one up and kicks long for Haaland. Van Dijk wins in the air. Ait-Nouri, though, misses his header. Salah through to Wirtz, so it just gets caught under his feet. Keeps it alive, though, Wirtz. Gakpo, Ekitike, just wide of the mark. Big chance for Liverpool. Ekitike, who's playing in this left forward role, curls a shot from the left across the face of goal, and it just goes beyond the far post. It's Rodri who gets muscled off the ball by Wirtz there. I think you see that one often. Pokes it off to Gakpo. He helps it onto Ekitike. First time shot. Maybe he needs to take a touch towards goal there, Ekitike. Just curls it beyond the far post. Liverpool quickly back in possession, though, from the City goal kick. Szoboszlai inside for Gravenberch. Now Kerkez out to Gakpo. He's pulled out to the left. Kerkez on the underlap. Cross. It's beyond everybody. Falls to Szoboszlai at the back post. Cut back. McAllister's shot is blocked by Rodri. Crucial touch there by the Spaniard, but still alive for Liverpool. Konate in the final third. Dinks it looking for Ekitike. Will drop for Kerkez instead. Gakpo. Away from Semenyo. McAllister. Back to Gakpo. Back to Konate. Just dictating things for Liverpool during this attack. Szoboszlai. Wirtz. Back with Szoboszlai, who's on the right. Infield for Gravenberch. Turns into a decent spot and finds Mohamed Salah. Forced wide by Gay. Back to Wirtz. Low cross looking for Ekitike. Didn't react though. Kusanov clears. Szoboszlai keeps it alive on the right. Back to Konate once more. This is better from Liverpool. Wirtz. Cross looking for Ekitike, and a crucial touch from Donnarumma who came out, and then Núñez helps it away from Gakpo. Sliding tackle by Kerkez wins it back, and it stays in play for him. He runs past Rodri into the byline, but there's a flag up on the far side that will end the Liverpool attack. I'm assuming it's against Ekitike earlier in the move. Oh, that's a poor call from the linesman. Ekitike is well onside as that cross comes from Wirtz. And this is why they're encouraged to wait and allow a VAR review, because Kerkez has got it into a dangerous spot there with a really good tackle on Núñez, and then the flag breaks down the Liverpool attack for the earlier Ekitike offside that, in truth, he was, to my eye, pretty well on when the cross came in from Wirtz. 10 minutes gone in the half, 0-0. Liverpool come out in this second half much better than they started the first. Much better. Alisson on the ball. Out to Szoboszlai. Brings it down against O'Reilly. O'Reilly's won it off him. It's been a good battle between those two, and O'Reilly's won this one as he gets away from Szoboszlai and then plays it inside. Rodri was the target. Szoboszlai gets a touch, but now Ait-Nouri's come away with the ball. Marmoush. Back to Semenyo. Good save, Alisson. He's taken it quickly there, Semenyo. Plenty of power on it. Alisson catches and launched it forward. Salah, Ekitike. He's surely got to find Wirtz here. Oh, he's gone the other way. Salah outside the boot. Ekitike! Oh, how is that wide of the mark? Huge chance for Liverpool. City caught at 6s and 7s. Alisson's early long kick creating chaos for Manchester City. Salah just touched it into the path of Ekitike. Salah continued his run out to the left. Aït-Nouri was well out of position. Wirtz was unmarked on the right. I think that's where Ekitike should have gone in the first place. He goes out to Salah on the left instead. Salah with a beautiful cross on the outside of the boot finds Ekitike unmarked for the header about 10 yards from goal. He just nods it back the way it came, and it bounces just to the left of the post and behind for a goal kick. A big let off for City. But Liverpool are coming again. Is that a foul on Wirtz? Yes, it is. City don't know what to do at the moment. Liverpool look a different side in this second half. Wirtz with a cross, drops from McAllister for Gakpo! Oh, he's lifted it over the bar! About 5 yards from goal. The flag's up in any case, and Kusanov is down with a head injury. Donnarumma urgently waving for some medical attention for Kusanov here. I think he might have taken a boot in the head from Gakpo. Maybe it was Kusanov that touched it over the bar and not Gakpo. It doesn't matter because it's offside. It's going to be a City free kick regardless. About 5 yards from goal, this ball drops to Gakpo. Let's have a look. Is he offside? He is marginally. It's a good call this time from the linesman. Gakpo has the shot. He doesn't know Kusanov's arriving. Puts his body on the line. Kusanov, really brave defending. And as they're coming together with Gakpo after he takes the shot. He's receiving some treatment now. Well, 12 minutes into the second half. The first 12 minutes of the first were all Manchester City. Had two huge chances by the 12-minute mark. One for Haaland, one for Marmoush. And now in this second half, been at least two big chances for Liverpool. The greatest, that Ekitike header that we've just seen. Gakpo getting that one, though he was offside. There's the prior Ekitike chance that was flagged but was onside, and he scored it. The VAR would have allowed the goal. A huge second half start for Liverpool. Kusanov's back to his feet of his own accord, which is great to see. He's going to have to go off because he's received treatment, but he'll be fine to carry on when he's allowed back onto the pitch. Oh, it's actually, I've just seen another angle, and it's actually Donnarumma who collides with Kusanov. He's come out to try and make the save. Gakpo gets the shot away cleanly, lifts it over the bar. There's no defensive touch from City. And then Donnarumma is chasing the ball down. He gets a knee on the head of Kusanov. It's completely unintentional, of course, on his own teammate, both just going for the ball desperately. And well, after all, Kusanov might not re-enter the pitch because Pep Guardiola does have Ruben Diaz prepared. Just having a conversation with Kusanov now. I think there's a conversation going on around concussion for Kusanov, and yeah, he's not going to continue the game after that head injury. So this is a big one for Manchester City. Kusanov's had a good game. He goes off just before the hour mark. And it's a return from injury for Ruben Diaz, who's missed about a month of football. He and Josko Gvardiol falling at similar times led to City entering the transfer market for a defender. Mark Gay arriving perhaps just 6 months earlier than originally planned for Manchester City. But he's already started to pay that off, and that's included a good display so far here today. And now he's partnered by Ruben Diaz for the first time at Manchester City. There's going to be a double change for City on the hour mark. Omar Marmoush makes his way off. Gets a big hug from Pep Guardiola. I think that's just protection of the yellow card, but he's put in a good shift, Marmoush. Just really should have buried that one-on-one. He's replaced by the number 10, Ryan Cherky, who's been a revelation in his debut season at Manchester City. Long kick out to the left by Donnarumma for Haaland. Flicked on the outside of the boot of Aït-Nouri, still in the air. Haaland, well, he just couldn't touch that away from Konate, otherwise he'd be in. Semenyo with a foul through the back of Gravenberch. Semenyo's come out to the left for City. Cherky's gone over to the right. Konate. Back to Alisson. Which feels like a game that couldn't possibly end 0-0. Gakpo with a flick onto Wirtz. Even if it is goalless, it's been a thriller. Konate forward, just as Gakpo was coming back in, so again you can see that through to Donnarumma. Gay. Back to his goalkeeper once again, closed down by Mohamed Salah. Forward looking for Haaland, one in the air by Van Dijk. Gay, Aït-Nouri. Up the line for O'Reilly. Where's the right back of Liverpool? I do not know. Semenyo into the box. Big chance, Antoine Semenyo, but the flag is up. Well, he was one-on-one there, Semenyo. He saw the flag. Liverpool go early on the free kick. Szoboszlai down the right. One back though by O'Reilly. Now Aït-Nouri away on the run. Away from Wirtz, away from Szoboszlai. Heading for the byline. Aït-Nouri now with a clever touch back away from Szoboszlai as the Hungarian was catching up. Aït-Nouri infield to Rodri. Diaz. Ruben Diaz thinks about a shot. Oh, and just wide to the left of the goal. Well, that would have been a way to mark his return. He's only been on the pitch 2 minutes, Ruben Diaz. Nobody closed him down, and he just goes, why not? On the left foot, slices across it. It's his weaker foot. And it's inches wide of the goal on the left. Szoboszlai up the line for Gravenberch, holding off Bernardo Silva. Back to Szoboszlai. Alisson. Konate into the feet of Gravenberch, receives on the turn and gets it away from Aït-Nouri. Gakpo. Still Cody Gakpo to the feet of Ekitike. Lovely touch. Wirtz! Oh, and it's a crucial block by Marc Guéhi. That is a huge bit of defending. It's a lovely move from Liverpool. Gakpo into the feet of Ekitike. It's a little bit behind him. He just has the wherewithal to flick it perfectly into the path of Wirtz. Invites him to hit it first time, which he does. And he's rolled it towards the far corner. And Guéhi just reacts and hooks it behind for a corner, which Mo Salah now takes. It's deep, looking for Van Dijk. Header won by Ruben Diaz. And now a corner to come from the opposite side for Liverpool. That was a huge chance for Liverpool. Corner to come from the left. It'll be Szoboszlai to deliver. Left arm goes up. In at the near post. Ekitike the target. Haaland wins in the air. Away to Wirtz, who's just about managed to touch that back to Kerkez before Cherky could nick it off him. Gravenberch to Salah. Dink to the penalty spot. Guéhi heads it clear. O'Reilly Well, Van Dijk comes through the back of him and he's already on a yellow card, Virgil van Dijk. He got away with that one, but you need to be careful, the Liverpool skipper. Donnarumma. Gay. Oh, this is risky business in the penalty area for City. Bernardo Silva, and then Gay's giving it away to Salah. He's kept that in play. Through to Gravenberch, turning away from Gay, back to Salah. Home to Szoboszlai. Dink to the back post, but Gakpo's unmarked. Nunes comes out to meet him. Brings it down well, the Dutchman, but it's forced back. Goes to Virgil van Dijk in the centre circle. Konate on his right. Salah just taps it back into the path of Szoboszlai. McAllister. Foul by Semenyo. Free kick in a decent position for Liverpool here out on the right. Szoboszlai to deliver to the penalty spot. Ekitike the target, drops for Gakpo. First touch isn't great. Manages to set it back to Gravenberch, who tries a shot. It's over and wide. Doesn't get over that at all, Gravenberch. Goal kick to Manchester City. Donnarumma's goal kick. Just allowed to drop in a sort of no man's land there. Van Dijk then right before Haaland. Szoboszlai takes it into the City half down the right, away from Nico O'Reilly. Oh, lovely slip through for Salah, who's gone to ground. Yay, as he pulled him back. Salah's furious. What's the referee's decision here? He's been surrounded by players from both teams. Getting a bit physical between Van Dijk and Rodri. Referee's shown Gay a yellow card. Salah slips into the box, but I think Gay... yeah, he started the shirt pull just outside the penalty area. And in the case that he's got away without a red card there, that is actually, you'd have to argue, a really smart foul by Marc Guéhi. He's taken that on purpose. Because Mohamed Salah is in there, coming in from the right, in a position he'd love to be in. Yeah, Guéhi's nowhere near him, and I think he just knows... if Salah gets on the end of this pass, there's likely only one outcome, even with the form that Mohamed Salah's been in this season. That's his bread and butter, that position. And I think in the referee's mind, Ruben Diaz is just about to come across and cover that. And that's why it's a yellow card and not a red. A free kick right on the edge of the penalty area for Liverpool. Can they further punish Marc Guéhi beyond the yellow card? Mohamed Salah does stand over it. It looks like the sort of position that you want a left footer to bend it towards the far corner, but Szoboszlai and Gakpo stand over it too as right-footed options. Ongoing conversations over the ball. It's surely going to be Mohamed Salah to shoot here. If anything, it's too close to the goal. Get it up and back down within 18 yards, essentially. It's right at the edge of the penalty area on the right, just before the corner of the box. Two-man walls, Bernardo Silva and Nico O'Reilly. Salah, the shot is sliced high and wide. That's really poor from Mohamed Salah. You expect much better of one of the Premier League's all-time greats, regardless of how he's been playing this season. It's a dead ball. And he's just sliced it and got under it. And on the evidence of that finish, maybe him getting in there wouldn't have been such a threat. Anyhow, 19 minutes plus stoppage time remain of this game between Liverpool and Manchester City. It's 0-0 somehow. But you still feel at any moment there could be a goal at either end, although arguably Liverpool looking the much more likely in this second half. City did most of the attacking in the first. Van Dijk back to Konate. Szoboszlai looking up the line. Off O'Reilly, and that will be a Liverpool throw-in. Just before the halfway line. Konate. Szoboszlai. Back with Alisson. Brings out of the penalty area, waiting for a City press. There it comes from Semenyo. Then the kick is out to the left. Gakpo chests it down. From Rodri, still Gakpo. Inside for McAllister. Faked the pass through to Gakpo and then goes inside for Gravenberch. Szoboszlai, it's just beyond him. Manages to get there. Pokes it to Salah. Cross from Salah. Donnarumma punches to the edge of the box. Cherki trying to bring it down. Gravenberch wins it. Foul on Gravenberch and a free kick in a good position once again for Liverpool. Gravenberch has just made the case to the referee that is not the first foul for Bernardo Silva. Szoboszlai over this free kick for Liverpool. He's eyeing up the goal more so than the option of players in red. It's too central for a cross. He's going to have a go here. It's from a similar position to the one he scored against Arsenal from. He has a go. Szoboszlai! Oh my word, Dominic Szoboszlai! That is an unbelievable goal! Absolutely perfect from Szoboszlai. Donnarumma didn't move, and it's cannoned in off the post. He's done it again, Dominic Szoboszlai. That is an unbelievable strike. Absolutely perfect. I didn't want to say too much before I saw a replay in case there was a deflection. There isn't. Szoboszlai has bent this to the left of the two-man City wall and then over to the right of the goal, away from Donnarumma, in off the post, ripples the back of the net. Liverpool 1, Manchester City 0, with a quarter of an hour to go. The man for the big occasion for Liverpool this season. He did it late against Arsenal. He's done it fairly late against Manchester City. 15 minutes plus for City to try and find, at the very least, an equaliser here. But that is a stunning free kick. It's about 30 yards from goal. Dead centre. How are you going to find the net? Well, I'll just bend it perfectly between the wall and the goalkeeper. He's just sliced it with the outside of his right foot. Unbelievable technique. That is a worthy game-winning goal. But the job's not done yet for Liverpool as we're back in play from the City kickoff. Núñez City throw-in. Back to Donnarumma. Gay. Ait-Nouri. Up the line for Semenyo. Foul by Konate. Inside the City half. O'Reilly, back to Gay. Gay. Bringing it towards the halfway line, and then the press comes from Wirtz. Semenyo. Rodri. Through for Haaland. Van Dijk just does enough to see it through to Alisson. Alisson's throw out to Kerkez on the left. Kerkez on the run. He's been fouled. Referee waves play on. Kerkez with a cross from deep. Gay heads clear at the penalty spot. Ekitike as the target. Comes out to Szoboszlai. Now wide for Salah. To the byline for Szoboszlai. Nice pass. And he's cut it back for Ekitike. Szoboszlai, lovely little back heel. Ekitike forced away from goal for Gravenberch. To the left for Van Dijk. Now Kerkez. Wirtz. Gravenberch. Touched into trouble. He's up for Szoboszlai, cut to Wirtz, and then the pullback against Gay. Ait-Nouri. And the TV direction of this game is just showing replays of Szoboszlai every opportunity, every time the ball goes out of play. I'm seeing another angle of that free kick, and I'd implore you to make sure that you find and watch every single one when you have the opportunity if you're not watching this game. 12 minutes to go. City in possession, bringing it forward into the Liverpool half is Bernardo Silva. Ait-Nouri. Bernardo Silva again. Semenyo around the corner for Bernardo Silva. Semenyo again down the left. Konate has come out to meet him. And then surely a foul by Semenyo on Konate. Yes, there is. Good use of the body by the Liverpool defender. Right on cue as I wait for the Liverpool free kick. There's another replay of the Szoboszlai goal. And another. Back in play. Cherki. Nunez. Rodri. Nunez. Back to Ruben Diaz. Cuts it for Cherki. Rodri. On to Ait-Nouri. Back to Cherki. Thinking about a shot from range. Closed down well. Salah nicks it off him. Then it drops for Kerkez. Hoof clear. Salah chasing it, but Ruben Diaz wins in the air. Comes out to Wirtz. He's done well to hold off Rodri there once again. Szoboszlai. Alisson's kick. Down by Gravenberch. Szoboszlai. Gay. Ait-Nouri. Semenyo. Bernardo Silva trying to switch for Nunez, won by Van Dijk. Ekitike behind for a throw-in. Cherky. Nunes. Cherky. Back to Nunes. Gay. Switch out to Bernardo Silva on the right. Comes inside of McAllister. Dispossessed by Gravenberch. Hooked clear by Liverpool. Collected by Ruben Diaz. Gay. Infield for Cherky. Semenyo. Can get it under. It's drilled at his feet, to be fair. Kirkes lumps it forward again. Salah disappointed that there wasn't more direction in that one. City come forward again with Cherky. Step overs to get away from McAllister. Down the right comes the Frenchman. Around the corner for Bernardo Silva. Nice extra pass inside from Matheus Nunes, but he's forced into the corner by McAllister. Bernardo Silva around the corner for Semenyo. Can't get under control. Cleared by Van Dijk. Nunes. Well, that's a lazy pass, and it's won by Ekitike. Now finds Salah. Aït-Nouri holding on to him. He's worked it to Wirtz on the left. Wirtz with a lovely ball looking for Salah, but cut out in the air by Gay. Ruben Diaz turns into trouble with Wirtz, but then won back by Rodri. Gay. Nunes. Into the feet of Erling Haaland on the turn. Haaland into the path of Semenyo on the left. Back to Cherky. Rodri. Pass intercepted by Wirtz, but it does come back to Rodri. Ruben Diaz. Thinking about another long range shot, clips out to the left for Aït-Nouri instead. He's able to bring it down. The Algerian. Gay backing him up. Goes inside instead to Rodri. Ruben Diaz. Rodri, Gay. Dink to the back post looking for Haaland. Van Dijk wins in the air. Brought down by Nunes. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. His cross. Haaland's header. Bernardo Silva! City have their equaliser. And it's the skipper, Bernardo Silva. Flicked through by Erling Haaland. It's a dink by Cherky. There's a deflection onto Haaland's head. He nods it down. Bernardo Silva's the first man to react. Szoboszlai is static at the back post, playing the City captain onside. He's a couple of yards behind the rest of his team's defensive line. And that is where perhaps Szoboszlai, not being a natural right back, is just slightly exposed. Because he is the hero 10 minutes ago. Has just let Bernardo Silva through onside there to score the City equaliser. 5 minutes left on the clock, 1-1 between Liverpool and Manchester City. And Szoboszlai is a face of frustration. I think he knows. Liverpool take the kick-off. They just made a substitution as well. Curtis Jones came on for Cody Gakpo following that goal. Interesting change. I think Wirtz moves slightly more advanced and Jones will make up a midfield three. Donnarumma kicks out of his hands. Van Dijk wins in the air. Nunes. I feel like there could still be a winner either way in this game. Gay. To the feet of O'Reilly. Rodri. Nunes. It's Bernardo Silva. Infield for Cherky. Rodri. Pass looking for O'Reilly, cut by Soberslide. Now Gravenberch. Soberslide gets another go. Wirtz. Now Jones trying to slip it through to Salah, and a crucial interception by Aït-Nouri. Rodri's crunching tackle. Forward it goes for Haaland. Konate crucially intercepts in the air. Van Dijk has just nodded it down to Cherki, but a rare missed touch from him. Now Jones into the feet of Gravenberch. Fouled, but he's managed to work it through to Kerkez from the ground. Liverpool on the counter once more. Kerkez has got Ekitike around him on the left. Uses the Frenchman. Just slows the game down slightly. Haaland is there to defend. Curtis Jones. McAllister. Over to Soberslide. Thinking about the shot from range. Soberslide, and it's straight at Gueye. Blocked away. Might be to Liverpool's advantage. I think that shot was going wide anyway. Oh, Konate's just messed up his lines, but Semenyo couldn't capitalise fully. Konate completely kicked the ball under pressure from Semenyo, but I don't think the City man was expecting it, and he couldn't use it to go through on goal. Liverpool throw in, 3 minutes left on the clock plus stoppage time. Soberslide bounced 1-2 with Wirtz. Plays it off O'Reilly. I think that throw-in's gone City's way. Aït-Nouri to take. Launched up the line for Semenyo, won by Konate. City want a free kick. Just get the throw in. Aït-Nouri. Down to Bernardo Silva. Gets it back. To the feet of Semenyo. Touch for Bernardo Silva. Konate wins it. O'Reilly then comes in. Rodri comes away with it for City, but forced towards his own goal. Plays it back to Ruben Diaz. Can't get this one wrong. He just goes safely back to Donnarumma. Donnarumma's kick out to the right, looking for Haaland. It's Van Dijk. Head that down. Kerkez has fouled Cherki. Free kick to City. Both teams looking for that winning goal once again. Bernardo Silva, short to Rodri. Ruben Diaz, pressed by Ekitike. Wide to Nunes. Pass up the line, cut out by Van Dijk. Konate. Jones. Gravenberch out to Soberslide. Cross for Salah, who's got a free header and puts it high and wide. He's backpedaling there, Salah, and it is him who has to take the shot, and otherwise Ruben Diaz behind him is just going to get there before any of his Liverpool teammates. Not exactly a gilt-edged chance for Salah, but a lovely ball from Soberslide. Gueye for City. Aït-Nouri. Goes long for Haaland. Van Dijk heads it clear. Nunes. Launch forward for Semenyo. Semenyo's cross. Alisson claims easily. Didn't get that one right, Semenyo. Probably should have taken a touch. He tried to cross first time on that bouncing ball. Really difficult one to get inside for his teammates. He just took all the sting out of the ball there, Semenyo. Final seconds. Ruben Diaz. Gueye. And Phil for Rodri. And to Aït-Nouri. Rodri in the centre circle. Nunes. And the corner for Cherki. Bounce back to Nunes. At the end of 90 minutes and 7 minutes of stoppage time been indicated. This one's not over yet. Nunes gets there before Alisson, pokes it through. Down he goes. Alisson saying get up. There is a coming together between them after Nunes has got to the ball. It's another big decision for the referee to make here. And what's the call? I mean, Alisson's got every right to go for the ball. Núñez does get there first. Pokes it away from the goalkeeper. I think the ball might already be out of play before the contact between the two, which might be what spares Alisson. Núñez is still down behind the goal. The referee gave the penalty to Manchester City. Of course, VAR are going to look at this, but you'd be surprised if it could be deemed a clear and obvious error from the referee. Looks a pretty subjective call. To me, the ball had already gone when there was a coming together there. And the on-field decision stands. Penalty to Manchester City. 93 minutes played. A huge penalty for Erling Haaland. Can he maintain the title push for Manchester City, or can Alisson spare his blushes with a penalty save? Alisson bounces along his line. Haaland steps up and puts it in the bottom left corner. Alisson went the right way, but he couldn't get there. It's a fine finish from Erling Haaland. He heads to the eclectic away support. The shirt comes off from Haaland. They're hurtling down the stands to celebrate with the big Norwegian Erling Haaland. He assisted the first, and he buries the second from the penalty spot. And from a goal down 20 minutes ago, Manchester City lead by 2-1 at Anfield. Erling Haaland gladly collects his yellow card for ripping the shirt off. It's a cultured penalty finish. He drives it into the bottom left corner with such power that Alisson can't get near it, even though he dives the right way. At least 3 minutes of stoppage time left, possibly more for the aftermath of that penalty. But it's now Liverpool 1, Manchester City 2. The hosts are going for it. Federico Chiesa's come on for Milos Kerkez during all of that. And now they go forward with Salah. Wirtz is round him. He sets it back to Szoboszlai instead. Cross drops to Gravenberch. Chiesa. Step overs. Chiesa low cross. Donnarumma gets hands on it. And he'll be in no rush to get this out of his hands. Pep Guardiola has Nathan Ake ready to come on the next time the ball goes. Long kick, Szoboszlai battling with Haaland. Szoboszlai barely kept that in play for Konate, but he did. Gravenberch, good pressing from Erling Haaland. So Semenyo's just run out of play. Kicks the ball away. And here comes the Liverpool substitution. The Manchester City substitution. Nathan Ake coming onto the pitch for Antoine Semenyo. 5 at the back time for Manchester City. Alisson's kick comes back to Szoboszlai. Soboslai's kick forward. Van Dijk has gone up front. He was the target, but it drops to Wirtz. Chiesa into the corner. Doesn't want to play this on his right foot, so sets it back to Curtis Jones. Gravenberch thought about the shot as it rolled across his body, but just too many in blue blocking it off. Soboslai tried a cross. Blocked by Rodri. Into the path of Ait-Nouri, and now it's a 3-on-1 for Manchester City. Ait-Nouri, does he go for the corner flag or does he go for the kill? Ait-Nouri, saved by Alisson. He went for the shot himself. Alisson's save drops to Curtis Jones. How costly could that be for Manchester City? Final seconds of the 7 minutes of stoppage time, but we'll surely see some more because the penalty took a couple of minutes. Foul surely by Bernardo Silva on Wirtz. Yes, it is. The City skipper will accept his yellow card, and Liverpool have a free kick from the left. Final second, Soboslai delivers the free kick to the back post. Ekitike the target. Haaland's holding on to him. Drops to Konate. Then Van Dijk, who's kept it alive. Surely he was offside there. No flag yet. Gravenberch puts it back into the box. Headed clear by Matheus Nunes. Cherki closing it down. Soboslai to Gravenberch. Wirtz on the left. Chiesa. Wirtz makes the underlapping run. Chiesa's going to go himself. Gets the cross in. Comes off Nunes as he kept that in play and prevented the corner. He has. Hooks it clear. Out for a Liverpool throw on the left. Alisson's come up to take it on the halfway line. Alisson, 1-2 with Gravenberch. Alisson slipped. Bernardo Silva couldn't get there before Alisson got back to his feet. Gravenberch. Launched forward. Konate and Van Dijk jump for it against Haaland. Comes down to Wirtz on the volley. What a save, Donnarumma! That is a huge save. Liverpool have the corner. Excuse me, I said it was Wirtz. It's McAllister who's hit this on the volley. Bounces for him. He sends it towards the top left corner, and Donnarumma, at full stretch, is able to tip it over the bar. Alisson's up for this corner. Delivered and punched down by Donnarumma to Soboslai. Salah hooks it back in. Ekitike the target. Comes away. McAllister battling with Ait-Nouri. Won by Chiesa. Chiesa dribbling. He's just juggled it. Down to Ekitike. Salah! Soboslai! It's blocked by Gueye. It's launched forward by Ait-Nouri. Soboslai is going to have to charge all the way back to his own box to collect this ball because Alisson has stayed up. Soboslai has the ball. 99 minutes played. Still no whistle from the referee. Soboslai is allowed to launch this forward again. Alisson is still up from the back. He wins the header against Gueye. Then Bernardo Silva helps it on. Cherki's gone for goal from range. Haaland's going to win the race against Soboslai. Or is he? Soboslai. Haaland's held him to ground. It's made its way all the way into the goal. Is it going to stand? Cherki's put the ball in the net from the halfway line. It's rolled in. Referee says no foul on Soboslai. It's 3-1 Manchester City. That will be that. I'd be surprised if this goal's allowed to stand. It looked clear to me that Dominic Soboslai is about to get there for the clearance and Erling Haaland's pulled him back. Regardless, I don't think there's time for Liverpool now, whether it's 2-1 or 3. I think this is going to be an emphatic City win. I'm not sure if Cherki's even meant to go for goal, if he's trying to play it through for Haaland. Haaland charging it down, looks like he's going to get there. Soboslai finds an extra gear to get in front of him. And then Haaland just pulls Soboslai back and lets the ball run into the net. So this will be a Ryan Cherki goal from inside his own half. I mean, Soboslai has the first tug on Haaland. Haaland has a pull back as Soboslai gets in front. And the ball just slowly rolls into the back of the net for a Cherki goal. Looks like it's going to stand. 3-1 Manchester City. Game over. Just seconds before the huge save from Gianluigi Donnarumma to prevent the Liverpool equaliser. Well, referee's been sent to the pitch side monitor. And I think this one is going to get ruled out after all for the Haaland pull on Szoboszlai. The referee seeing the pictures. Szoboszlai has the first pull when Haaland is in front of him, and then Haaland pulls back and they both go to ground. Now, is there a factor that Haaland... Yeah, I mean, Haaland is getting to the ball first before Szoboszlai has the initial shirt pull. Could this be City free kick and Szoboszlai red card? Or do you let the goal stand? I have no idea what the referee has to do here. Well, he is changing the decision in some way. Well, if I can lip read, yet final decision is free kick to Manchester City and Dominik Szoboszlai straight red card. 0-0 for Szoboszlai. A straight red card. He'll miss Liverpool's next league game. And City, rather than their third and winning goal, are going to get a free kick about 30 yards from goal. We're into the 104th minute here at Anfield. And this is just chaos. Half an hour ago, Dominik Szoboszlai scored and broke the deadlock with one of the best goals I've seen all season. An absolute peach of a free kick. Now he's heading down the tunnel with Liverpool a goal behind. And this game's still not over. Cherki has the ball for the City free kick. Not sure if he knows what he's going to do with it. Cherki shoots. It's over and wide. There was no Liverpool ball and nobody forward for City either. Well, this is an absolute Premier League classic. And it's still not over. Alisson's allowed to take the goal kick. Launched into the City half, and now the full-time whistle goes. Liverpool 1, Manchester City 2. The full-time score. Szoboszlai's free kick cancelled out by Bernardo Silva, and then the winning goal, an injury-time penalty scored by Erling Haaland before just complete and utter chaos, including Alisson up from the back, Donnarumma making a huge save, Cherki putting the ball into an empty net, and it being disallowed with Dominik Szoboszlai showing a straight red card. Liverpool 1, Manchester City 2. In an unbelievable game of football. Thanks very much for listening on